Welcome to another episode of Live Feed on Spotify. Episode number 8, I believe. We just released a throwback video to when we were on Instagram with our live feed show. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so our question today comes from Australia. Thank you, Australia. We're going to call this person T. Thank you, T, from Australia, for submitting your question. If you have questions, submit them to me. I will happily try my best to answer your questions. Now, remember, when I answer your questions, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a counselor. I'm just a person that survived the bullying, and I want to give the world my information that helped me get to where I am today. Okay, so let's begin.
My workplace is heading towards further staff cutbacks and offering people redundancy packages and so on. And for those staff members like myself are staying on with them. They have cutbacks to our hours and giving us extra work beyond our capabilities. How do I ask my managers for a duty statement without losing my job? For years they haven't had any officially drawn up, and it's ridiculous. Because that way they can keep piling up extra jobs for us to do. Totally unfair. Any advice?
My advice. Well, the person stated that, how can I, something to the effect of how can I confront, basically, my manager without losing my job. I'm going to start there. There's basically no way. Anytime you speak up, most businesses are going to want to silence the person that speaks up. And it's a shame. If people would speak up all together as a unit, as a cohesive unit, that wouldn't happen. But it's always one person that starts, and then that person gets fired. So my suggestion to you is, if you want to speak up, there is no advice that I can give you to speak up and not lose your job. Anytime you speak up, you take that chance of losing your job. So my suggestion to all of you is to get yourself set, and when you're ready to move out of that job, then you can speak up. And if they don't fire you, then great. You've changed the atmosphere in your workplace, and you should be considered a hero. But as far as any advice I can give you not to lose that doesn't risk you losing your job, I can't, because I can't control what these people are doing. That's impossible. Now, before I go on any further, I do want to say that Live Feed on Spotify is brought to you by our sponsor, theBULLYexposed.com. I'm wearing one of their cast t-shirts of a film that they're doing in Italy. They need your support. Please reach out to them at theBULLYexposed.com and find out how you can give support. One thing I'm going to say about support: share this podcast. That gives support. Share and subscribe to their YouTube channel, A Nonfiction Filmmaker. That also gives support. So that's a key way to support someone. Now, let me go on here and see. It sounds like their job in Australia is doing what normal companies do, right? Cutting back, but giving you more hours. And it's ridiculous. They're just doing the normal things that companies in a country like Australia do, unfortunately. I didn't want to say anything mean, so I had to pause and think what I was going to say. When you have a company that's in capitalism is their key structure, you're going to get this. My suggestion, and again, I'm going to remind you again, I am not a lawyer. I am not a counselor. I am a person that just dealt with bullying. And this, I'm telling you things, how I handled it. Every company's like this, unfortunately. And what I do is you just do the best that you can do. That's it. If they're giving you work that they know takes, let's say, 2 hours to do, and expect you to do it in an hour, expect you to skip your lunch, don't skip your lunch. Don't skip your lunch. Don't skip your breaks. Don't work unsafe to meet their goals. That's only going to destroy you. It's better to lose a job, right, than to lose your life. For instance, for those of you that don't know, my workplace was the United States Postal Service. And in the United States Postal Service, they would give you, an hour worth of work and expect you to finish it in 30 minutes. And so that kind of work, if you're driving, right, you're walking. So if you run your route rather than walk it carefully, you can injure yourself, okay? If you're driving and you're driving to the next location in a frantic craze and you're not paying attention to other traffic, you could hit and kill someone, right? And so, even if you work in an office and you're sitting in front of a desk, there are ways to injure yourself. And believe me, your employer is not going to care when you're injured. So you're the one that has to look out for yourself. I know employees that work outside, construction, whatever it may be. And they don't take bathroom breaks. They don't take drink breaks. And they're just out there in the sun or in the elements working because they know that their boss wants whatever this job to be done in an hour, to be done in 30 minutes. And then they pass out. Some of them have passed away because of it, because they're not taking care of themselves. So one thing I say, the job is important, right? I know that because you have bills to pay and you want to continue your lifestyle that you're used to, but it's not worth your life. Okay, if you have kids, they want their dad there, okay, or they want their mom there, depending on who you are. If you are a kid, your parents want you there. Your sisters and brothers, your cousins, your family want you alive. So, speaking up, I will say, is the honorable thing to do. It's the right thing to do. But unfortunately, you can't speak up by yourself. You need a group of people. So in this case, for this particular person, T, what I would call in T, the T that I'm about to spell out for you, T-E-A, the T that I'm giving is to, don't complain. And I don't want to use the word complain because that's the words the bullies use. But for lack of a better, in the interest, I should say, of having this podcast continue, let's say, don't complain. Do your best. When they tell you, hey, this job should have took an hour and it took, 2 hours for you to do. And you did it right. You didn't cut corners. You didn't try to extend the amount of time. You did what you were supposed to do. You did an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. Just let all that other stuff roll off your back. It's not worth it. Go home to your family. And if they keep doing that, say, I would do better. I would do better. I want you to know, just in case it does come up, people might say, well, is that what you did? Yeah, when I had a supervisor that was, one of those supervisors that can't supervise, the only way he can get anything across is by yelling at employees. That kind of supervisor, I just ignored. If he said, hey, you're doing a terrible job today, so, how can I do better? Go back on them. How can I do better in a polite way? Well, you can do this, and you can do this, and you can do this. That they might say, well, you can skip your lunch and your breaks, and you can run and don't take your drink breaks, don't take your bathroom breaks. And it's okay, I will consider that. Thank you. And just go about your own way. Record everything. Right? So that when it comes to that moment that you do decide to speak up, you have a list of everything that's going on. And for me, everybody has a phone, right? Everybody almost has a phone. Okay? Use your phone. I would use my phone rather than use written, or if you're a person that likes writing, do both. All right? If you're a person that doesn't like writing, I think voice memos, or if you want to make a video of maybe an employee did something to you, or a supervisor did something to you, and it's physically you can see, and get on your phone and record it that way, and keep these things in a safe area online as well. Find some way to get them online and keep them online, because you never know when you need them. That's one. And if you keep them only on your phone, and your phone is lost or damaged, you lost all your proof. So that's, just to recap, stay calm with them. Don't react with them. Be polite with them. If they're like T is saying, if they're giving you more work and then you can handle, just do your work safe as possible. Because believe me, if you're unsafe and let's say you lose a finger, or you do happen to pass out because you're working in outdoors and you're not drinking like you should, and you pass out, believe me, they're just going to pop another person right in that place and forget all about you. They're not going to visit you in the hospital. They're not going to come to your funeral, So that is not worth it. And think of the damage that you do to your family, right? To your wife, and to your children, or to your husband and to your children, that they have to now bury you. It's as simple as that. So take care of yourself first. Do the best job you can. Work fast in your capacity. All right. I used to work most of my life. I worked in the kitchen. Kitchen is fast paced, especially breakfast. Nobody has time or wants to sit and wait for 30 minutes for breakfast. You gotta cook, and cook fast. If you just do the best you can. There are people that do not like to work fast at all. They're not hand-eye coordinated. So they start to work fast and they start to drop things, or they start to injure themselves. If you're that person, take your time. If you're the person that can work fast and hard, to an extent, right? Then do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. And that's your speed, and that's it. If they harass you by saying, I've seen you work fast, I want to see you work fast, because that's how it is, right? They want you to work. They want to give you less money, and they want you to work harder. So if they see you working hard, they're not going to say, okay, that's your speed, I'm happy with that. No, they're going to want you to work harder. So that's your speed, stick to that, and don't say anything. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. I say that because you want to keep your job. Now, if you're a person that's like, I don't want to keep my job, I want to, expose these people, then the best way to do it is to have recordings a video. And like I said, if you're a person that writes, write it down and say it. You know what I used to do in college is I used to say all the notes and the lectures that my professors gave, and then listen to those and then write my notes. So either way, either way you want to do it, but have detailed notes, because that way when you go to sue, if that's what you're going to do, you have everything in order. And judges like that. And it's just the best thing. And video record, because nowadays you got Netflix. Netflix is, I don't want to say it this way, but Netflix is like a factory. They're popping out documentaries left and right. Documentaries change worlds. Documentaries change ideas. So change the way people think. So, that might be a way you want to go. So I want to remind you guys again, please, go out, get your Cass t-shirt from theBULLYexposed.com. Reach out to them, find out how you can get that. And keep listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you to T from Australia I really thank you a lot for the questions that he has been giving us. And share this with someone who might be having trouble. Don't even worry about if the person's having trouble. If the person has a job, okay, send this podcast to them. Or if you're listening on YouTube at Nonfiction Filmmaker, send the video to them. I think this is something that every worker should know. Because and don't go to HR. HR works for the company. They do not work for you. They say they do, but they do not. So don't go to them for any situation. Take your notes. Take pictures if you have to. Take video if you have to. Record yourself talking about your day on a daily basis. Every day. You work 5 days a week. Every day you should be getting on your phone, propping it up, and talking about the things that occurred on your day with times and all that. Okay? Even keep a little notepad in your breast pocket. Every time something happens, whip it out. A little detail of what happened, who was there, the date, the time, all that. So then when you do make your video, you can read from that. Okay? At 17:45, so-and-so said this to me. So-and-so was the witnesses on, June 5th or whatever. Okay? That's my suggestion to you all. I hope this works. Please, if you do this, please let me know how it works. Send me information. Maybe I'll talk about it on the show. But thank you for watching or listening, in this case, to live feed on Spotify. We really thank you a lot. We love you guys for listening. Our Spotify is growing slowly, but it's growing. And I thank you all very much. Have a good day.